Okay, I think we're back with just enough of a power blip. That was crazy. That the backup battery didn't even have time to catch it. Just boom, boom, and I was done. I was talking to nobody. So let's talk to you again, because in the meantime, we have had another development off to the south. So, first of all, just to recap, just to get back going here, we're talking mainly about a severe thunderstorm warning down here that's just about to impact Nevada. But we do have a strong thunderstorm that is severe warned for the next, what do you got, 21 minutes left on this. Is going to go till 10 o'clock. And it is strongest right now over Bernal and Moundville. And it's going to pick up Nevada. It's actually just starting to rain right now in Nevada. It's going to get a little bit heavier for you folks. I think the strongest of it is going to stay just off to your south. So do see a strong thunderstorm right now passing over the Bushwhacker Lake Conservation Area, passing 43 Highway right now. So that is where the strongest of that thunderstorm is. But just in the time that I was gone, we do have another. We need to change radar sites. There we go. Another severe thunderstorm warning has cropped out. This is going to go for the next 36 minutes. So this is going to pick up even further south. Cherokee, Weir, and Columbus right now are picking up a severe warned thunderstorm as well. This is going to go across state line at Opolis, Asbury, Waco, and Carl Junction and go out here to Nashville. So this is almost to Lamar geographically. This is the area that we're talking about. So what I think this all has to do with is strong wind gusts, and you guys can see it there in the brighter green as I loop the radar and that stuff starts to come across. Yeah. So wind gusts are the strongest right now. They've passed over Arcadia, strongest into Bernal, and so they are going to come to you guys in Nevada. I do think the punchier stuff is going to be down there to your south of you guys in Nevada, south, just not by much as it crosses the I-49 corridor. So this is just a little bit of clustering thunderstorms that are starting to act like they kind of want to organize. I mean, they're going to have to go a ways to do a lot more than this. But these are strong. These will give you some strong, potentially damning wind gusts all the way down as far as Carl Junction. So, almost to Joplin, just barely. So this warned area does not include Joplin, but it does pick up Belleville, Toms, and Gulfton out here by the little airport. So all of you guys are severe warned as well. So this is all kind of on the trailing end down there of this front. We go back here to the north. I haven't seen much at all. I was talking about as we get back up here into the North Territory, a lot of events got canceled up here in Butler tonight. All the ingredients were there, and we're just now getting any significant developments, and it's really not going to affect you guys in Butler at all. I don't think too much right now. We'll keep an eye on this because things are trending off to the northeast. So let's take a look one more time for the folks everywhere else. Out ahead of the front, we still have these clustered thunderstorms that we've been looking for, waiting for those to develop all day, and basically haven't seen much. These are strong, but they're going to be out of your hair pretty quickly. So out here, between Portia and Danya, we have a clustered little discrete cell is what that is. That's going to be a strong thunderstorm. It's going to put down a heavy downpour and a little bit of hail in that. And all this is kind of trending off towards the Osceola territory right here. So that's what you guys have. None of that is severe warned right now, but they will be strong thunderstorms with possibly a little bit of hail in them as well. All these are trending off to the northwest, so really between Lowry City and Osceola on up through Lincoln, Cole Camp, Green Ridge, and Sedalia, you guys are just going to kind of hit one little thunderstorm after another. I have not seen really anything to talk about there except for heavy downpours. We need to look and see if there's any hail in these. Haven't seen too much to talk about there either. If there is any hail, it has just passed over Lowry City. Probably missed that while I was out. Might be some very small hail there, just about to the NN neighborhood. But essentially, heavy downpours, maybe a little bit of small hail with that stuff that is all out there in front of the front. Okay, just wanted to check a couple of things there that got knocked offline when we suddenly went offline. But what do you expect? That happens. So, all right, let's check our severe warned area down here at Nevada. So, yeah, just like I thought, you're getting some thunderstorm activity in Nevada right now. It's heavier off to the south of you guys, though. So, if you're in Nevada, the heaviest of it is just about to pass over you. Good news for you guys. I think once you're done, you're done. So, you're going to get just the kind of northern edge of this severe warned cell, which is just going to be nothing but a heavy downpour. Let's check about velocity. So, you're going to get some winds picking up in Nevada, but the strong stuff does stay well to the south of you. So just a heavy downpour about to pass over you guys there in Nevada, and I think that will do it for you this evening, honestly. I think it's a little bit worse down here to the south. So all this is hanging out. If you have I-49 travel plans around and or south of Nevada, just know about the next 15 minutes is probably not a great time to go out and about. So be very careful if you have to be. Strong thunderstorm is just kind of finishing up in Bernal right now. It's taking the path along N Highway between N and BB down here southwest of Nevada at the moment. Clipping along pretty good at about 42 miles per hour right now. So we'll go ahead and loop the radar. You can guys get an idea for where this one is headed. So let's talk about what happens after it leaves the warned polygon here. And I think what I am seeing is winds dying down, or just, they're still strong, but not quite what they were a few minutes ago. And that is the reason that we've dropped down to a special weather statement here, which is this blue polygon just below a severe warned thunderstorm. We're going to go ahead and kick out a special weather statement, and that is going to pick up El Dorado Springs. So all of the 54 highway corridor out to El Dorado Springs, HH Highway south of El Dorado, down towards Willowville. You guys have a special weather statement, which is not a severe thunderstorm warning, but let's see what they went ahead and put into this. Possibly some 1/4 inch hail. That is down from what we were seeing just a few minutes ago. And wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, which is the threshold between special weather statement and severe thunderstorm warnings. That's a good thing. That is a downward trend for you guys. But there is still plenty of storm left in that. So let's take the center of it, which has just passed through Bernal. Has slowed down just a little bit at 39 miles per hour. So let's take that and make a storm track out towards Eldo. 43, which is a little bit fast. So puts it in Eldo in about 30 minutes. Speed is up and down, but we're going to say about 30 minutes that it gets to you guys in Eldo. It gets to Milo in about 12 minutes, although it's over Milo. So I'm using a point back there in the storm. So the strongest part of the storm is going to get to Milo in about 12 minutes. You guys have about 10 minutes more of thunderstorm activity in that general neighborhood. But the good news about that is once it's done, it is done for you guys in that neighborhood. You are all finished up and clear for the evening once the front passes over you. And for you guys, that has dragged some thunderstorm activity along this evening. So not to be left out, let's go up and talk to the good folks in Rich Hill. You are not warned for anything right now, but you do have a thunderstorm just now starting to come into Rich Hill. There might be a little bit of very, very small hail off to your southwest. Doubtful, I'm not really sure, but if it is, it's just passing WW Highway out there southwest of Rich Hill, just about to hit PP Highway and Harmony Mission Lake Conservation Area, where the strongest thunderstorm activity is right now. I think it will come right into Rich Hill, but like I say, moving along at 40 miles an hour, this is going to move over you pretty quickly, and I think you're done for the evening as well. You might pick up a little bit of this stuff that's down here around Metz right now. Will that catch you or not? I don't know. I don't think so. But I-49 south of Rich Hill, the Four Rivers Conservation Area, is going to pick up what is left of that thunderstorm as it moves over you. Just a heavy downpour is what you guys are talking about there. You will see some wind gusts, and you're already getting those at Horton, Arthur, and just about to drop into the conservation area there. That all is going to pick up in Pappenville. One of my favorite places in the world is Papenville. Indian Springs, Prairie City, and Rockville. Wind gusts to come through your area with this thunderstorm. It's still significantly off to your south and west, but just a heads up to you folks in there. So 11 minutes left. That's what's flashing at us here in this severe thunderstorm warning down here. This is starting to weaken out and has prompted us to drop back to a special weather statement for where this is going to trend off to the north and the east. So give it about 20 minutes. It's going to pop up in El Dorado Springs. At least it's going to start thunderstorming there. We're going to have some wind gusts out to around 50 miles an hour. In fact, let's see what we're having now. See if that's coming to fruition. And we're down into the 40s, possibly. This is not the best way to do that with radar. So we could still see 50 mile per hour wind gusts, but overall we can acknowledge that there is a downward trend in these strong wind gusts. So that's great. We'll take it. Just a good strong thunderstorm is what this is. Let's go ahead and pull up hail and see what's going on there. I don't think you're going to see much of any, maybe some very, very small, very scattered hail that's going to work its way through. If there's any right now, it's going to cross over N Highway, and it might pick up Milo here. We'll follow that little white line that you might get some small hail in with these torrential downpours. This is an area that doesn't need much more in the way of torrential downpours either. So down here a little bit further to the south, if anybody has interest down there, Pittsburg, Kansas. You are starting to finish up with this as you are in Weir. Straggling thunderstorm is finishing up in Columbus, where it is a heavy downpour right now. Look at that. And you guys are just about done with this as well. So whatever you're getting right now is the worst that it is going to be. And then it will be done. So all of this is going to head off towards the Carl Junction area, over here towards Alba and Jasper, Nashville, and Lamar. Actually, I do think you will get some thunderstorms in Lamar in the next little bit. So, but we'll see if that weakening trend continues for you guys as well down there to the south. Appreciate State Line Group in Hume. Keep these guys in mind if you have dirt work that needs done, gravel that needs hauled. Rock, dirt, sand, moving the ground you build on. Kyle Best at State Line Group. There is the phone number. Keep these guys in mind. Really appreciate them sponsoring 660 Weather and everything that I need to bring you live weather coverage and daily forecasts. So appreciate them. Big shout out to them. Please keep them in mind. Appreciate all the sponsors for 660 Weather. If you would like to sponsor, shoot me a message. I would like to talk about you and your organization and what makes you great. So we get up here into the northern territories a little bit, so it might rain a little bit more up here for the Butler folks. This is taking now a more northeast trajectory as it comes out of Rich Hill. So all the stuff that got canceled tonight, might not feel so bad. Maybe get a heavy downpour, especially out to the east, southeast of Butler. This is not an area out in this area that we want to see too many more heavy downpours. This is the area that picked up like 6 inches of rainfall at least in some areas. We don't need any more. So we'll take all the weakening that we can get and hope that this stuff just moves right on out of here. So I do see a strong little thunderstorm at Taborville, or to the south, just about to, here's Y Highway, here's H. So you guys have a strong little thunderstorm there, just outside of the special weather statement area, but you will get some heavy downpours, as will you down here to the south of Lowry City. So I think if you're between Osceola and Lowry City, you have a couple more cells to go, several more cells to go right in that neighborhood. And the Scout Reservation as well, going to pick up a thunderstorm as well. So here's another strong thunderstorm to the south of Tightwad. I think it will go right through Tightwad. We'll follow this little white line, and we will check this for a little bit of hail in it as well. This is back behind it, so we're going to see maybe some small hail down here south of the Truman Reservoir lands. So that's what's happening over there in that neighborhood. But just intermittent and scattered thunderstorms out there, still technically ahead of the front, but barely. So it's 50 degrees in Kansas City. It's 48 degrees out here in Olathe, 47 in Gardner. So it was a strong cold front. It had lots of potential, but really we just have a bunch of scattered thunderstorms going on with this stuff, except for down here to the south. All right, so I got some awesome followers down in Nevada, and I think you guys are, we can say you're clear. You have some heavy rainfall that's just going to turn to light rainfall, and then you're going to be all finished with this. So, faring pretty well down in Nevada. It's just a big field of heavy downpours south of you guys, all the way out towards Moundville and Bernal, down to Bushwhacker Lake right now. So, nothing but heavy, heavy downpours and maybe some small hail. Let's check the winds for you guys. So the wind is going to blow pretty good right now across I-49 at Milo. Going to come along E Highway here out towards Bristow and Sandstone. So that is our strongest thunderstorm. It is severe warned. They're not going to expand out that severe thunderstorm warning for this area here, but you do still have a significant thunderstorm headed to you folks in El Dorado Springs. So we'll give a heads up to you. Gonna encompass 54 Highway here, I think, pretty strongly out towards Y Highway and O Highway around in north of El Dorado Springs. So all of this is just going to ooze its way over you guys at El Dorado and Olympia, Pacetown, Tingley, all of you guys in the path of a significant thunderstorm, possibly some 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe some very small hail, but we're predominantly talking about a wind threat here this evening. So this cold front is going to hang on for a while, guys. That's what happens after this. It is a cool weekend. We're talking about a Sunday morning in the 30s, mid 30s. I don't know that we get to freezing. Maybe in a few spots, but I think 35 is kind of the going rate for temperature. After this cold front, which is doing its job, dropping down temperatures significantly. All in all, I know I've said it before, but this is pretty great for some of the ingredients that, as of this morning, really look to produce a really, really strong line of damaging straight line winds tonight. So that has all fallen apart. Mid-level wind shear is what we will blame for that, not developing to be near as strong as we were thinking. So you guys that are getting some of these storms are knowing that it can be still strong, but all things considered, I hope everything down here south of Nevada has fared well, because you guys have really got the brunt of the storms in the area tonight. You have possibly seen some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, I think, out here around Arcadia, Kansas. Had to check. Yeah, that's in Kansas. Probably is where the strongest wind damage was done, if any, up around 60 miles per hour. It's kind of tapered down some since then, but we're still talking about some 40-ish mile per hour wind gusts down here in this neighborhood for you guys. So let's do the rest of the region. Like I say, the front has passed. If you are north of in Butler or north, the front has passed. So there's no chance that anything severe is gonna develop back behind for sure. With some trailing storms up here in on the Kansas side, Baldwin City, over towards Olathe and Overland Park. Nothing to worry about there. Just some heavy rain if you're out and about tonight. Up and down I-49 is all nice and clear right now. Between Butler and Rich Hill and over towards Clinton, where lots of stuff got canceled tonight. Just a few raindrops for you guys, but the front is passing through, so that's really good news in terms of severe weather. It's just not going to be a lot to worry about for much longer here, folks. So Rich Hill, you guys are finishing up with a thunderstorm right now. I think it is nice and intense over Rich Hill right now. Not severe warned, and we'll see if there's anything other than heavy rain coming your way down in Rich Hill. Maybe a small amount of hail. Be interested to see if you do see any of that developing. Maybe so. There might be some hail still off to your southwest, but it's pretty small stuff if it's there at all. And wind gusts continue to be our main story. So I do see wind gusts now coming up in Papenville, headed over towards Rockville, all hanging out along the B and O highway area here as things track off to the northeast. Nevada, except for rain, things look pretty tame for you guys right now. Look at that. It's light rain in northern Nevada. North Nevada, do you call it that? And South Nevada, out by the hospital, it's still raining pretty good. So that's just indicative of the path that things are taking. It's pouring at the country club. I hope they needed it at the country club. But like I say, you guys are just about to be all done with this. So, as are we all, my friends. When this passes over us, as it is doing right now, we are finished. So the remaining activity is going to be down here to the south. This thunderstorm is just getting ready to come into Nashville, Missouri. I think it's going to impact Jasper and Lamar up here in about 12 minutes. But again, I kind of look for this one to do the same thing. Yeah, it's anybody's guess whether that severe thunderstorm warning will be extended or not. I do still see some 50-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts right here at state line. So that may kick out. That would not surprise me at all, unless that dies down significantly. But yeah, south of Shawnee Trail Conservation Area, we're looking at some 50-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. Could get up to around 60 miles per hour. This is warned for that. So heads up along 126 highway. Here is 126 and 43. And on out to where 126 hits O highway, maybe for some possible wind damage out of that storm tonight. So that is all what is hanging out down in the south of the forecast area. So severe thunderstorm warning, it's 10 o'clock, has expired up here. You just have a special weather statement hanging on for the next 14 minutes up here to the northeast of Nevada. So going to pick up El Dorado Springs. So good evening to the folks in Eldo. You guys have a strong thunderstorm off to your southwest. We are talking about predominantly a wind threat for you guys, but it does have some heavy downpours in it as well. So about 5 minutes out, 5 to 7 minutes before strong winds pick up, heads up to you guys up in Eldo as this takes off your direction, but not severe warned. So that means we probably have some 40-ish mile per hour wind gusts, could get up to around 50 miles per hour for you folks in Eldo. And that, like I keep saying, is kind of the end of things tonight. This is the front now. The stuff out here ahead of the front is really hard to distinguish from the actual front right now. So these little clusters of thunderstorms, these are strong little thunderstorms getting over towards the Lincoln, Warsaw area up and down 65. But they're not a whole heck of a lot to worry about. I don't even see significant wind gusts with them. So we're just talking about intermittent, scattered heavy downpours over there. That's the stuff that we've been watching all evening that did not really materialize into what it could have. So that's great. So in terms of the actual front, which we were watching for, which was the big weather story tonight, we're just dealing with it down here to the south of Butler, where we now have a special weather statement. I bet you we're talking about winds again. Let's go ahead and take a look through this. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Rich Hill and Rockville, you guys are pointed out specifically in this special weather statement. So let's go ahead and pick this up. Again, this is not a severe thunderstorm warning. This is just one notch below. So we expect winds generally to be below 50 mile per hour gusts when this is the case. So we can take a look at that and just make sure. Actually, I see that wind gusts have passed over Rich Hill in terms of those strong gusts that might be 26 to 36 miles per hour or so. And these are just about to knock into Rockville is where these are. So these are taking the B highway path right here. And they're going to impact like A highway and H highway out here south of Appleton City. So we're looking at that for 20 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So that is the trigger for this special weather statement. That's all I see. I'm real iffy on if there's even hail in this stuff. Haven't really gotten any reports that there are. If there is, there might have been some in Rich Hill just a little bit ago. Have not heard. If there is, I expect it to be really small. And all of this has taken that east-northeast trajectory as it really weakens. Notice from when I began the stream a little while ago to where we are now, especially with this one cell, this is just not what it was even 20 minutes ago. But we'll still get some wind gusts out of it, you guys, as well as some heavy downpours. Unfortunately, in areas that really don't need it, but that is what's headed your way. So down to the south again. Watching this one weaken out as well. Still a big body of heavy downpours. Let's see where we are. Here's Bristow off to the left of your screen. K Highway, where K Highway winds up towards Oak Ridge. That is the area impacted by this thunderstorm right now. Definitely headed for El Dorado Springs. So starting to pick up with some light rain there for you guys in Eldo. There's a lot more behind that, my friends. So you guys have a significant thunderstorm. It's going to pass over you for about the next 20 minutes or so in Eldo. So we'll look for, again, predominantly wind gusts in that 20 to 40 mile per hour range for all of you guys. So Nevada, Moundsville, Bernal, we can just about say good night. There is still some stuff down off to the southwest, though. So yeah, you might get another little punch there around the Bernal area, because we do have this little cluster down here that's down here south of Liberal. So that may trend up here as well. It'd just be more of the same for you guys. Heavy downpours. And we'll check wind gusts on that actually before I move out of that area. So I do see another punch of wind. I see strong wind gusts out around the Nashville area, possibly up into that 50 mile per hour. So we're back in the severe warned area down here now. So that makes sense that we would see that. But I do see strong wind gusts with this heavy thunderstorm over 126 highway out to the northwest of Nashville as we move past the 10 p.m. hour. And that, I do believe, is the only severe warned thunderstorm. And we're expecting that to weaken on out. That is what we're seeing, because that thunderstorm that I was just talking about, they've gone ahead and moved that down to a special weather statement. So that is going to encompass Lamar, Milford, Newport. You guys have a special weather statement for the next 24 minutes. So that will be 10:30. And we're talking about wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and possibly some pea-sized hail. Been debating whether you're going to see that all night, but you possibly will. In this special weather statement, take you up through about 10:30 p.m. for this thunderstorm that's out here over the Nashville area right now. All right, up here coming into Eldo, again, we've been allowed to drop down to a special weather statement for this thunderstorm here. This is just passing over I-49 highway at Milo, between Sheldon and Milo right now. That's where the heaviest of this is. It's going to track off to the northeast. It's all going to wind up in El Dorado Springs, where it's just starting to rain right now. Wind gusts are predominantly off to the south of that, not I'm hoping Nevada did okay. I don't look for there to be significant wind damage, things of that variety there in Nevada, maybe off to the south. So let me know if you guys know any different, though. Appreciate your reports. So up here in southern Bates County, we do have this thunderstorm that passed over Rich Hill before it got a special weather statement on it now. And this one is talking about wind gusts up to around 40 miles per hour. Rich Hill and Rockville in the path of this one. It's going to pick up Appleton City too, though. That storm is going to wind up there. You just don't happen to be in the weather statement. So what we have right now is the strongest part of the storm is just kind of finishing up right here over Big Highway out to the east of Rich Hill. And this is going to track off directly over to N Highway, where it's strongest right now. So we can give a heads up for some more thunderstorm activity, a little bit stronger out here in the Pleasant Gap O Highway community. I think it will hit 52 out here east of Butler as well. Could wind up here in the Spruce neighborhood if it hangs together that long. So all of this area, which is out to the east of Butler, not where we want to see more heavy rain. For the next 21 minutes, we have a special weather statement where we're talking about 40 mile per hour wind gusts and maybe some about pea-sized hail. So as of right now, the good news is the strongest wind gusts are down here at Prairie City. Rockville headed off towards Lindale. I do think those will continue to trend off to the north and east. So we'll go ahead and loop that storm for you guys. All right, so big heavy thunderstorm just about to come into Pleasant Gap. I think it will. It has missed Butler. So I think you got some light rain out of it, right? Maybe a few pockets of some moderate rainfall in the Butler area as this front sweeps over and is pretty much done. So back behind the front, I mean, there's just going to be these little in the cool air now, in the rain cooled air, barely, but it is rain cooled air. We have some just some little pop-up showers is basically what you're going to have. So just a few pockets of showers will go through the overnight into tomorrow morning. So no surprise looking at the winds. This special weather statement has kicked out and now is going to pick up Roscoe, Osceola, Vista, just outside of Lowry City. I was just talking about Lowry City and talk about you again. So at chalk level, which I'll be honest, did not know existed. Well, I trust somebody knows where that is. It's along E Highway. FF Highway and E. Anyway, that is where the strongest thunderstorm is right now. That's going to head almost directly toward Lowry City in about 6 minutes before it gets to your neighborhood. It's at Monegaw Springs. All of this now is included in a special weather statement for the next 34 minutes. Take us up to about 10:45 p.m. So you have thunderstorm activity between now and 11 for everybody in Osceola, Vista, Roscoe. Got this big cluster of what is left of the back edge of this line that is now coming into El Dorado Springs. So let's see what we got for hail. We haven't done that in a few minutes. And we can actually watch. Hail is a great way to kind of tell a storm trend. So I do see possibly some small hail just off to the south of El Dorado Springs. So let me get a neighborhood on this. HH Highway and possibly going to pick up 32 Highway. Is that just south of Eldo? Yeah. So maybe the airport there, just outside of Eldo, the Memorial Airport. May pick up some small hail. Just want to give you guys a heads up on that. It's out here in the HH Highway vicinity right now, if there is any hail out there. We'll go ahead and back to that and watch the trend, like I was saying. It's come and go. Look at that. So darker colors, more bigger hail. And so it pulses out and back in and out and back in. So they're right to keep the special weather bulletins on this for wind and hail, those two reasons. So see some strong gusts out here just to the south of El Dorado Springs along U Highway. Looks to be the strongest of the wind gusts right now in the about 40 mile per hour variety. So regionally, this is what is happening. If you have a thunderstorm headed for you, which is really all of this area from Clinton to the south, you can expect some up to 40 mile per hour wind gusts and some very small hail. And that will be your story of the evening, along with some heavy downpours. But these are generally moving along at around 40 miles per hour. So, once it is over you, it is over you. That is the good news of the evening. You will be done. and we're all getting ready to be done with this line of thunderstorms and into a cooler weekend. So that is the way of it. We have one more severe warning down here that is going to drop off any minute. I think they will let that expire for you folks down here around Lamar. That's going to turn out to a special weather statement. Still talking about 40-mile-per-hour winds down there, which is up and down the line. Heavy thunderstorm in El Dorado Springs, and then you guys will be finished in about 15 or 20 minutes with that. Heavier storm going to come into Appleton City. You guys know all about that. You can hear it. Look at all the lightning between Appleton City and Butler right now as you guys are all getting ready to finish up with this line of thunderstorms. So all in all, not as many things developed today as certainly could have. We have another hour or so in those areas of some significant thunderstorms coming through, putting down some moisture and possibly some winds before they're done, and we head into a cooler weekend. The cold front is already cooling things down. It is 46 degrees over in Kansas. So that is what we know this evening. I appreciate you joining me. I'll continue to watch things if anything kind of changes over the next little bit. The trend has been pretty consistent for about the last 40 minutes. So I'm comfortable hopping off here because you guys all know what's up in the neighborhood. I appreciate you joining me. Appreciate my sponsors a lot. Everybody have a great night. Talk to you later.